Hey folks, Brian Cooley here. A lot of you watch my car tech videos on CNET, and then you write in and say, that's a great car, but I'm looking for a used car, one that I can afford. What do you got? Well, we aren't doing used car reviews yet, but in the internet era, I've bought like 7 or 8 used cars, and most of them I bought online. So I figured I'd share with you my process and the sites that I use. First, you've got to find the kind of car you want. For a typical late model used car, sites like AutoTrader, cars.com, and the big boys like that are important because of their scale. Big matters because the more traffic they get, the more sellers they'll typically attract, and that means the more cars on their virtual lot. This allows you to really survey the landscape and establish what's out there in terms of trim levels, model year, options, color, and most importantly, condition. Now, on the other hand, if you're looking for a vintage or collectible car, then it's really eBay or Hemmings. Now, eBay, of course, needs no introduction. But I also find that Hemmings, which comes from the old Hemmings Motor News magazine, has a large number of collector car listings that I don't see on eBay. Next up, you want to identify problem areas. By this I mean the Achilles heels that consistently and uniquely afflict certain models and years of cars. For this kind of information, I'll Google the model year, the make of the car, and the phrase problem areas or buyer's guide. What you're looking for is a tip sheet from either an enthusiast site devoted to that kind of car, or at least a vibrant forum thread where car buffs are talking about what goes wrong on that car all the time. Now it's time to set a value. The sites for this are pretty well known. We're talking about KBB.com, the Kelley Blue Book, NADA Guides, which is the National Automotive Dealers Association. Also, search completed listings on eBay. That's a fascinating barometer of what a car is worth. And if you're looking for a nice collectible, I'm a real big fan of CarsThatMatter.com, which also puts out a handy pocket book version. Next, check the history of the car you've identified, the one you want to buy. Sites like Carfax and AutoCheck are the ones that run down title history, reckoned against things like the transfer of owner, emissions inspections, and other recorded events. Now, I should warn you, title washing is still quite possible when cars are moved between states, so you may still get stung, but that's where these auto check sites' guarantees can be nice. They'll back up the veracity of the car's history. Finally, a couple of sites for ownership support. I love All Data DIY. They give you access to a full list of TSBs, technical service bulletins, recalls, and service procedures in this really cool online illustrated format. It costs $27 a year for the first car and $17 a year for each car after that. And there's a new site that holds some promise. It's called driverside.com. It rolls up a lot of stuff in one place, like your car's current value. Here's repair cost, parts cost, and a marketplace to buy and sell cars. Well, those are my used car buying bookmarks, the ones that I personally use. Now, you may still buy a lemon, but if you do, it won't be for lack of doing your homework.